That's myfavoritedj.com. Welcome to the home of my favorite DJ, DJ Jules, baby. If you're looking for a DJ for any type of event, call us now, 313-595-8845. Once again, that's 313-595-8845. www.that'smyfavoritedj.com. The perfect DJ for any of your events. Sweet 16, 21, 30, 50. You turn to 75 years of age, DJ Jules, baby, is the perfect DJ for you. Weddings, corporate events, call 313-595-8845. That's myfavoritedj.com.
TNT Cakes, Creations, and more. Where we specialize in custom signs, plaques, stained glass, embroidery, DTF prints, ornaments, sports balls, fathead and custom chains, doormats, puzzles, glasses, TNT Cakes, Creations, and more. Give us a call.
The combined power of a group when working together is greater than the total power achieved when working alone.
That's synergy.
Synergy works. Synergy. From the Greek word synergos, equals working together. Synergy works. Synergy is different people working out together advantageously for one final outcome, one goal, rewarding results. Synergy works. Don't train by yourself. Train with synergy. Why? Because synergy works. Contact us today to set up your fitness assessment. Synergy works.
The content you're about to hear is a part of a paid programming segment. The views, opinions, and statements expressed belong solely to the sponsor and do not reflect those of Podcastic or its host. This segment is for informational and promotional purposes only and should not be considered as advice or endorsement. Listener discretion is advised.
Yeah. 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 Big flex on the set, you know we gotta rep. Heavy talk on that mic, all we do is press. John Q, that's coach, got him upset. Gym Animal Muscle Gang, we up next. Big Flex Podcast live on Monday night with John Q, Latoya, Deshaun, and Don Snipes. You can catch Snipes on the pod or the big screen or get tea time with Toya if you want the tea. Talk about the strong end on your weekday. Tap in with Muscle Gang, you never have a weekday. Big Flex Podcast, 9 p.m. Monday. Pull us up on YouTube if you want that replay. Big Flex Podcast, 9 p.m. Monday. Pull us up on YouTube if you want that replay. It's the Big Flex Podcast, Mondays, 9 at night. It's the Big Flex Podcast. Come on.
Welcome back to the G.A.M.G, the Big Flex Strong Cast. For episode 138, we chucking on along. We be at 150 in a minute, you know what I'm saying? And I am your host, John Q. In the building. Not just yet. Maybe 150, you know what I mean? I'm trying to be a little bit more respectable, you know what I mean? Yeah. We got the family back in. Hey, look, we all together once again. You know what I'm saying? Say we got Latoya the Shine in the building. What up, sis?
What's up?
And of course, say we got Don Snipes in the building. What's up, brusin?
Eyes tired.
He said, "Eyes tired, boss." And we got Dr. Ruckus on the ones and twos.
Yeah.
He said, "Yeah, whatever."
I like this green you got on, though. I like, green.
Yeah, yeah. Everybody representing tonight. Oh, sheesh. All right. Y'all got me smiling. All right. So what's up, y'all? You know what I'm saying? Hey, y'all know what time it is. This is where it's a gym conversation meets podcasting. So y'all know what to do when y'all come into the Big Flex Strong Cast gym. Y'all hit that like button, share button, and subscribe if you haven't already. All right? Don't be stingy. Share it on out. You know what I'm saying? Run it up for us. You know what I mean? How was y'all strong in?
You want to start with me?
Yeah, ladies first, always.
It was good. The strong and prior, I did nothing.
Yeah.
So this one, I was like, girl, you got to leave the house. Like,
oh, you felt like you
go
just had to get
outside.
on. Okay.
Yeah, like I just felt so lazy and unproductive
from
the previous.
So you was in the streets?
I went outside. I had my beauty time. Got my hair done. Took care of some other things.
You gotta let everybody know. Hey, look, what you call it, cuz? What color did you call it?
Honey iced tea.
Honey iced tea color. All right.
So the temperatures were great this weekend. This was a last minute decision, honestly. All right. Like I kind of just
y'all give it up for sis for a new hairdo, a new hair color.
Like, let's do it. I went out to this store. I was so excited to go out to this store. It's called the Red Tag Store.
Okay.
I have been seeing videos of it. It's like a Target overstock return.
Okay.
But I was so overwhelmed.
Okay.
It just was so much stuff.
Okay.
But then
you didn't get anything?
No. Well, actually, I got some stuff. Like they had some good vitamins on sale. Like they had the emergency, the 30-pack for $4. So I got a couple boxes of that.
Okay.
Something else. It was another. Melatonin.
Okay.
And melatonin. They had that the 120 count for $4.
You said this was a clothing store, but they sell. Oh, you said it's like a Target.
It's like a Target, overstock.
Okay, so
What is it called?
The Red Tag Store.
Oh, red. Okay.
Yeah, Red Tag Store. It's out in Sterling Heights.
Okay.
East side.
But there was none of us in there.
West side.
There was none of us in there.
She said it was none of us.
But yeah, it was very overwhelming. I was able to get I went back in the baby section and they had baby wipes for $3. The regular size pack baby wipes for $3. And I don't know if you remember, my cousin does like a community baby shower where she takes donations. So I cleaned the shelf of the baby wipes to donate to the community baby shower.
No, that's what's up. All right.
It was a productive day out.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay. What about you, cuz?
Man, let me tell you something.
He said, "Oh." Let me tell you something.
So first and foremost, shout out to Teen Height. I've been working with the kiddies for the last 5 weeks.
Yeah.
We did a show at the WC3 Theater in Taylor off of North Line Road.
Okay.
Really nice theater. We had 2 shows, Friday and Thursday.
Okay.
We had a show as well. And let me tell you something. Who else wore out?
I was about to say, man, look, it sounded like they done whooped your ass, to be honest with you. Like,
Well, here's the deal. I love working with the youth. I have a passion for working with them.
Absolutely.
One thing that was unique about this particular time around was we had so many of them that, we want to, just give everybody an opportunity to be a part of the production. You know, they probably have about 50, 60 kids in the program. And so, just working with, a few different cast members and just, swapping out and all of that. That took some work. But they showed out. The show was about grooming and trafficking.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So it's a very heavy subject. And early on, when we first started rehearsing, that energy was just rough.
Damn.
You know, I mean, it was just aspects of the conversation that, you know, some of these children hadn't been confronted with.
Yeah.
And so at some point, you know, we really added some comedic moments to the show.
Okay.
Just to lighten it up. And man, we had so much fun.
Okay.
You know, had a few moments where, you know, it was some old folks in a nursing home that were, one of the ladies was a grandmother to, you know, one of the young ladies who was, you know, going through some issues.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had dancing, we had stepping, we had poetry. It was a lot of things that were incorporated in the show, man. Like I said, those kids showed out, and you know, they showed up and showed out. So
all right, clap that shit up,
Yeah,
man. You know what I'm saying? Tell them to take a bow. You know what I'm saying? For real.
And then Sunday I had the opportunity to go see Brokeology.
Yeah.
Their final show, matinee show, and man, what a time to be, you know, from the city, you know, and all the Metro Detroit area theaters that have opened their doors to doing shows that represent the demographic of people in the surrounding areas and in the heart of this thing. You know, so I loved it.
Yeah.
You know, when saw the Mountaintop, when that first dropped, saw Brokeology. The only show I didn't get to go see was the piano lesson. But shout out, you know what I'm saying, to that cast.
Yeah.
Like I said, this was a time, you know what I'm saying? And I encourage more people, if you're looking for a beautiful date night, get out and see some of these shows.
Yeah.
Come on,
I definitely got to make more of an effort to get to more myself here, because I enjoy them. Everyone I go to, I enjoy. I just I
get
enjoy
out,
them,
man. Explore that. Have a beautiful date night. Go grab something to eat, man, and just, you know, really get to enjoy something that
the
you
real
know you
art.
can. And here's the deal.
You know.
It's very engaging. It's thought provoking.
Yeah.
You know, Brokeology, the subject matter of MS, you know, a lot of us don't really talk about that. And I don't know if I shared this last time. I was dating a woman when I was younger who was diagnosed with MS. And I'll never forget, the very first thing she told me was shortly after she was diagnosed, like her husband had left her. And I didn't really understand, you know, what it was at the time. All I know was, you know, she had the opportunity. She was very, very nice looking. So one of the insulin companies hired her to go around and, you know, travel and make speeches and talk about the drugs she had to take or whatever. And you know, they would pay her to do it. And sometimes I would accompany her. And, you know, again, I still didn't really know too much about, you know, what was going on with it. But a lot more younger people have been diagnosed with MS.
Yeah.
I'm talking early 30s.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And it's
we never used to hear about that when we was younger, man. Not like that.
I never heard about it.
You know, between say that, cancer, Alzheimer's,
strokes.
You know what I mean? Strokes,
Cancer, MS,
diabetes,
strokes are really tagging our young folk.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So again, it was, to sum it all up, my strong again, it was filled with a lot of emotion. So I got to detox. A little bit, but you know, it wasn't in a bad way. You know, it was, you know, just a time.
Okay.
But I'm gonna spend, you know, the next couple of weeks just kind of releasing that energy and letting it do. But I really enjoyed myself, man. Again, working with the children is a passion of mine, and I definitely love to go and support the fam. You know, support the home team.
All right, clap it up, man, to him, man. Keep it going, youngins. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna call them, you know, with these. Man, I done seen a couple of songs. YNs it? I ain't about to call y'all no
I'm
YNs.
sorry. Shout out to my co-director Cherry Sparks. Shout out to Callie, Miss Red over at Teen Hype, Mary, Makai, Miss Joy. Everybody that was just, you know what I'm saying, really a part, Chloe, of you know, making it happen for the young folk. You know what I'm saying? Mariah, you know, Hermione. It was just, you know, it was a time, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Definitely.
All right. Clap it up. All right, I ain't do too much this strong end, you know what I'm saying? I did get out there and do a little grounding.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that felt pretty amazing, you know what I'm saying?
Today.
Me too. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get a chance to like I wanted to today. I should have went out there, but yeah. And that was pretty much about it. Went out and did my little usual, went to go grab something to eat and just took it easy for the most part again. So two strong ends. I ain't do too much of nothing, so I ain't tripping. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Because I already know, like, I get to rolling and be...
When it's busy, it's busy.
When it's busy, it's busy.
Yeah.
When I need to chill, I chill. You know what I mean? What else I want to talk about real quick? Oh, I know what we can go ahead and do. Let's go ahead and get into tea time because we got a nice little show tonight. So, tea time with Toya. You know what I'm saying? What you got, sis?
So occasionally I hear a nugget. It's always short, sweet. But
you don't eat a nugget like a chicken nugget? No.
I mean,
I hear a nugget.
You can eat it and digest it and let it nourish your soul. That's what Tea Time with Toya is all about.
All right.
A nugget.
This week's information was deferred hope sickens the heart.
Okay.
And I don't think that people pay enough attention to what you're doing to your mental and physical and emotional state when you keep pushing your hopes and your dreams and your goals to the side to survive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You every time you push it off, you're allowing yourself to create some level of doubt of I'm never going to be able to do this, right? Every time you push it off, you get a little more depressed because you're living this life to survive that you don't really enjoy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, your full capacity,
Yeah.
your full abilities to doing what you need to be doing, yeah.
Doing what you need to be doing, what you want to be doing, what's going to make you happy, what's going to make you fulfilled. And then, of course, if your mental and your emotional is all over the place or not right, that begins to affect your physical body. And so I wanted to take that little nugget and encourage the people to, sacrifice your fun time, your TV time, whatever time that is literally just a waste of time, and start putting that towards making what you are passionate about become what you do.
Yeah.
What we all have to do sometimes, what we need to do to survive. But don't sacrifice your hopes and your dreams and what you really want to do. And is it easy? No. I had to work a full-time job, take care of kids, and go to school. But you have to sacrifice temporarily for that moment to get to what you actually are going to be fulfilled in doing.
Yeah, well, I think that's going to tie into our main topic later on, too, as far as the manipulation of God's time. So,
yeah.
All right. What you got to say about that one? Got anything you wanna add on?
Well, I think that's as you said, I think that's a beautiful nugget. I was sitting thinking, why do people defer hope? And the first thing that popped in my head was not so much as even the sacrifice. I think the sacrifice might come as like number 2 or 3 on the list. I think the number 1 thing is just fear.
Fear.
Yeah, I feel like people defer hope because of the fear of the unknown. Somebody once told me, some people, the fear of gain oftentimes is greater than the fear of loss. So most people will keep their hand closed and rather hold on to something that they have, even though it's bad for them, as opposed to open it and letting it go so that they can gain something new.
So that they can receive, yeah.
Yeah, and so when you just said that, it just made me think like, which brings me to what I was saying when I first got here. I don't like doing, what I did earlier.
Yeah.
What I told you. And it really was a way for me to step outside of my comfort zone. Mm-hmm. And I saw something interesting, and it'll kind of tie into what you just said in terms of deferred hope. Like, when people fear things, it's like they don't know what to do to break away from the fear. Mm-hmm. So I was listening to this guy and once, and he would have people kind of join this little fear club, like just people who just had fear of certain things, and he had them do the most strangest shit. But it was to help them get past their fear.
Yeah.
So he was out of New York, and I'll never forget. He's talking to the group one day, and he said, "Listen, I need you to go to the subway and lay on the ground and sing a song." And everybody like, "What? New York's what?" Like, yeah, like don't worry, people ain't gonna step on you. Just lay on the ground and sing a song all the way through. And people was like, "Oh man, people gonna think I'm crazy." And he would come up with the strangest things to have people move past their fear. Mm-hmm. And
fear and comfort zone, yeah.
There were a lot of the kids that were nervous before the show, and I would hype them up. I'm hyping them up like old school football days. I'm like, "Yo, it's game time. It's game time. It's game time." But the one thing that I would say to them is, I said, "Listen, having courage is not the absence of fear. It's being able and having the ability to move through
that fear."
Yeah. That's when you tap into that courage.
Yep.
Doesn't mean you're not scared.
Yeah.
But you able to move through, move towards it, all of that.
Yeah.
And so every show I would remind the kids that, like, yo, it's okay to have that fear. It's okay to be nervous. It's okay to have those jitters, but find a way to move through it. That's when you're going to tap into that courage. And so I just say all that to say, yeah, I think that was definitely a really good gym, because a lot of people suffer from deferring their hopes and their dreams because they're just scared.
Yeah.
They're scared that they will never accomplish them. And so they just let them die.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's a bad thing. So.
But you will never accomplish it if you never try it.
Absolutely.
True. But then, like I said, the aspect that I want to bring to it real quick is about, say, the manipulation of, say, God's time, right? So one of the things I think a lot of time people develop that fear is a fear of not being able to pay their bills, right? Mm-hmm. Because they always in that survival mode, right? So now you're playing with God's time, right? Because now you're getting away from what God's purpose really is. If you focusing more time on your job, right, then you are really neglecting what God's purpose is. Mm-hmm. So, but we're going to get into that a little bit later on, you know what I mean, as far as on the main topic, all right? If y'all like to call in, give us a call at 810-560-0658. Before we get to the main topic, y'all, we do have, say, a question of the day. I got a question of the day from Stacy Lyons Baby 26. All right. Her question is, why do men and women pursue relationships when they know they're not ready? Yeah. You'd like to go with this one, sis?
I can answer first.
All right.
Comfortability.
Okay.
I think for some people, and I had a period like this where it is just really uncomfortable not having entertainment. It is really uncomfortable just sitting with yourself and your thoughts and all of the things that you need to heal through, all of the things you need to face. It's so easy when you have someone that's entertaining that space, and not only is that why some people date when they're not ready for a relationship, but it's the same reason they're not ready for a relationship.
Okay.
So yeah, I think a lot of it is just like people just do shit to do shit, and I think relationship is one of them. Like, you want to go outside, you want to have somebody to eat dinner with, you want to have somebody to
So just waste some time with you.
Yeah, and then people got needs.
Yeah. You say that's needs? Okay. What you what you got to say, brother? Look, yo.
Sometimes you gotta know when to keep your fucking mouth closed.
What you got to say? We don't do that around here. What you got to say?
You know what? This just made me. That question just. It just reminded me right for Valentine's Day, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was some women who got flowers, but they ain't post them motherfuckers. They played it like nobody got them shit. And when we start having conversations about why do people pursue relationships when they know that they're not ready, I think that boils down to why do people fear, bringing clarity to conversations or relationships. I know I've been one of them people that there has been times in my life where, somebody want to move a little bit faster than what I want to move. And, I didn't want to hurt somebody's feelings and all of that jive. The older I get, when I talk to the young dudes, I tell them, I'm like, man, clarity make the coochie wet.
Yeah. All right.
That's
That's legit.
And I just,
as a woman, that's legit.
I'm just saying this to say that, like, this coming from somebody who made a lot of mistakes.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? And I definitely have experienced omitting shit, lying, or not just being straight up about certain shit just to avoid certain conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And that shit's just tough, you know what I'm saying? And I think it didn't really hit home until I was out of a relationship, and I later learned so much about that relationship. So I'm thinking back on it. I'm like, damn, this is where I made the wrong turn. This is where I made the wrong turn, and it all boiled down to one fucking thing, and that was, at different times, avoiding having difficult conversations. All right, and outside of avoiding having difficult conversations,
you didn't have clarity.
Setting my own boundary, respecting someone else's boundary, and also having a conversation that involved clarity.
Okay.
All right, and again, I think that as I got older, because dudes didn't tell me this when I was growing up.
Yeah.
That's just not how it worked. And so, but I do make an effort to share with the youth, like, yo, don't be afraid to have a conversation that involves clarity with whoever the fuck you call yourself, liking, dating, seeing, whatever.
Yeah.
And if she don't like it, cool, move on.
Yeah.
It's old fucking K. You would be amazed at how good of a relationship you can have with somebody when y'all have some clarity.
Yeah, understand it and stuff like that.
Yeah. And when y'all ready to move forward in a way that's conducive to both of y'all agreeing to some shit, by all means, do that. I think a lot of times I was faced with, people saying, hey, look, I'm ready for a relationship right now. And I'm like, yo, we've been going out for 2 weeks. What we, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I should have handled that shit different. Like, what?
Now you know what's funny is, like, my wife always tell me, like, I was never your girlfriend. Like, you never asked me to be your girlfriend, because I'm like, we already locked in. But it's like, I don't have to ask you nothing. It's just something like you said, when you kind of like, you communicate, even like nonverbal, but you with a person all the time and stuff like that or whatever. And it's like, nah, like, you can tell when somebody is into you and you into them and y'all trying to do this shit together. You know what I mean?
What's understood doesn't have to be.
There you go. You know what I mean? And the one thing I will say about this is this. boys and girls play games. All right. However, men and women know what they want, when they want, how they want it, when it comes to relationships. You know what I mean? So a lot of times, you know, like I said, communication as far as words and stuff like that is great. But the other, like you said, non-verbal communication sometimes is great also, you know. All right, we got a call. All right.
Check the caller ID on that motherfucker
He said,
first.
check the caller ID. Who we got calling into the G.A.M.G, the Big Flex Strong Cast?
Come on now, you got Stacey Lyons, baby.
Oh,
Hey,
Oh,
Stacey.
yeah. What up, though, Stacey?
This the question poser.
Yeah, this is the question
Yes.
poser right now.
That would be me. That would be me. That would be me. You know what? I agree with both of you. I agree with all three of you guys, actually.
Okay.
But what I would like to add to that,
So
a lot
in
of
addition
times,
to,
a lot of times people, men or women, get confused. So that's why the clarity part is great. I think everyone should have clarity in anything that you're doing when you're talking about someone of the opposite sex, what your intentions are. You know what I'm saying?
What they get
But
confused
just
about.
because a lot of times they think that you're pursuing them, so they get kind of confused there. If in fact, like I say, you don't have clarity, I think they mistake the attention for the intention.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I'm glad that you said that because I was having.
He said, wait
what
a
the
minute.
fuck?
He said, wait a minute. Hold on.
Oh, wait a minute now.
He
Hold
said,
on.
pump the brakes.
Hold on. And I'm sorry, before you say this,
Yes.
wait a
Yes.
minute
yes,
here.
Yes.
And help me out because I don't want to make no assumptions.
Okay.
What I'm hearing is when women give attention in a certain kind of way, sometimes the males mistake it for certain things, and it's just like, nah, partner, I ain't trying to go that route with you. But I just want to share something from a male perspective. When we give attention in a certain kind of way, and it's perceived that same kind of way, it's like, oh, you been leading me on. You was gaslighting me. You full of shit because you made me think A, B, and C. So if I'm hearing this correctly, because I always say that I personally believe that women control more when it comes to, you know, sex and being intimate. Y'all got the ball in y'all fucking court.
Yep.
But
That's true.
what I'm hearing is sometimes I have run into problems where I will give someone a certain level of attention and all of a sudden they think that I'm theirs. And that ain't the case. Because and help me out is because when
I was about to help you out. That's exactly where I was going
because
with my comment.
Because when men do that shit, it turns into this motherfucker was leading me on. This motherfucker was gaslighting me. Why did you even go out to dinner with me if you was
My favorite flowers.
yeah, if you were, I'm trying to tell you that there's been times where I've done something as simple as practice chivalry. And it was
Say,
mistaken.
open up
It
a
was,
door.
What?
Yeah.
Had somebody in the driveway laying on the ground, kicking up at the moon. So help me out with
So,
this.
yes.
Is it? Do you guys see it that way, or is this a little bit, imbalance in here?
Yeah,
Go ahead.
no,
I digress. Go ahead.
Well, it's funny because that's exactly what I was getting ready to address, right?
Okay.
When you have a low standard female and if you saying I don't want a relationship, don't do relationship shit. Like, you can't have weekly date nights with her before you F her, because to her, that's like the time that you're giving her, the attention you're giving her. Naturally, like, she's like,
But
I know that this is what we
then we
discussed,
go-
but this is how this
that's
feels.
a mutual thing then. If both of y'all hanging out, he can't just hang out by himself.
But listen, but what I'm saying is from from the female's perspective, if you don't have a standard of there is more to relationshiping and having a solid relationship and real connection and real love, those quick dinner trips before we hit the sheets, or you bringing carry out on the way to my, like to some women, that feels like relationship building
That shit is
actions,
unfair like a
opposed to when you just hit them up for sex, they know exactly what it is. Yeah. But this is, I'm just saying,
but wait
right?
a minute, you got some men out here who are literally
nice
gentlemen, and they wouldn't do no shit like that.
I completely understand
because they actually have some standards themselves in saying, I wouldn't treat a woman like that.
There you go.
I actually want to make sure that I show up in a way that's, listen, here's the deal, right? And I'm going to just use myself for example.
Let's see.
And maybe what y'all saying have described why I've had some issues in the past, but here's the deal. Just straight up calling the chick for sex, I can't even recall too many times where I'm just like, yo, I just want to come through and get some ass. Just because that's not really who I am. You know what I'm saying? I like to eat. I like to, you know what I'm saying? I like to do certain things, and having the company of someone that I'm interested in, or I might just want to vibe with them because I like their energy. Yeah. Is something that men like. But I'm saying that it seems like that the only person that's privy to doing that
is the woman.
Is the fucking women.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
that's
you know what?
true.
I want to go have dinner tonight. Let me call such and such because he the fun guy and he already know he ain't getting no ass. But
then I got a guy and shit that's gonna go ahead and fix this. And
yeah. Like, what the fuck?
That's not true.
That's not true.
So what's this new list I gotta get now of relationship shit that I shouldn't do because now I'm misleading the bitch?
What I'm saying is
what's the new list?
Understand the person that you're offering this attention to. You have some women who that type of attention is basic level. Shit.
You know what I mean? You know when we find that out, when it's too fucking late.
But wait a second. No. That's why what you said in the beginning. You need clarity. And the bottom line is some men don't want to have that because sometimes if you give it to a woman and just, hey, let me clarify up front. I'm just trying to smash. I'm trying to hit it. That's it. Then you're not going to get it.
Well, most men.
That's what men think. However, let me enlighten you all. A lot of women know if you gonna get it anyway.
Yeah, but at the same time,
because we done thought about it already.
You said y'all control sex.
Yeah,
y'all control
exactly.
The relationship.
So just have some clarity is where I'm going. If you say up front, this is what you want to do, I might be like, whew. Thank God, because you was coming over here with dinner. We was going out. I thought you was trying to get a relationship, and I'm trying to do the same thing. I don't even want all of that from you,
right? That's where the conversations have to come in at. And I think both men, and women have this issue.
Listen.
No, hear me out. What she's saying is absolutely true.
Wrong.
From a woman's point of view.
From a woman's point of view.
That's what you all want. I can't give it to you from a man's point of view because I am a woman.
Right.
I'm a soft woman at that.
I'm
only hard when I need to be. That's in that gym.
And then listen, I agree with all that, but I'm just trying to tell y'all that I think that we're talking about. Listen, I think that
we can only speak for ourselves, right? We can't talk about the low energy, the low standard
of women. Now, listen, I'm thinking that there's a very small percentage of women that go for that type of talk. I feel like, believe it or not, women say that. But when guys come with that type of attitude, hey, I just want to fuck. He not getting them draws.
Yeah.
Well,
but so what? Look at it this way though. So do you want to be bothered with that? Do you want to lead her on, then talk her out her draws, or treat her out her draws?
What's
then when you get it, you got a psychopath.
Stacey, can I ask you a question?
Sure you can.
Have you ever fucked with a bum ass nigga?
Probably
dancers, yes.
In high school. It's been a long time. I mean.
So you married?
No, I'm not married. I'm not currently married. I'm divorced.
Okay, but
I have been married.
So, but my question is, have you ever fucked with a bum ass nigga?
I said yes.
You
In high
said-
school,
But you emphasized in high school like you haven't fucked with a bum ass nigga in the past 20 years.
I have not.
Okay. So, question to you.
Mm-hmm.
You are 1% of what we talking about. Because I guarantee you can't call 2 of your friends and say they ain't fucked with a bum ass nigga in the past 20 years.
Oh, I probably cannot because
So-
because of the type of female they are. But you sir, you're speaking to a woman.
I got
So
you.
that's the difference. So
I got
if
you.
you're talking to a female, you're going to get a whole different explanation, and she might
you
just be totally different from what I'm saying.
So you the type of woman that hang with a whole bunch of females?
No, I do not.
Okay.
I don't hang with anyone.
Well, did you know a whole bunch of females?
Yes, at this big age, I should. I mean, yes. I mean, I am a likable person. I do a lot of things. You know, I travel the world. So, yes, I've met a lot of people.
No.
But do I hang with females?
Okay.
No, I do not.
So-
I'm always solo. I
Okay.
like it that way.
I got it. So what I'm asking you is this.
Mm-hmm.
Women, like Don said, have the privilege to say these particular type of things and do the direct opposite. Can you agree to that?
I mean, absolutely. Some of the females that I know, yes. However, I don't base on what I'm doing to a percentile. I don't do that. I'm saying what I do as a woman. The same way a man can have some clarity. I'm not looking for that man to be the one to say to me, hey, let's get some clarity. I'm bringing it to him because I want to know what it is.
So have you ever just had sex with somebody because they said, no, I just want to smash?
I've had one night stand. So yeah, sure did.
But she wanted to. So listen.
I wanted to. I'm not going to have sex ever unless I want to. You ain't going to talk me out my stuff. You're just not.
Ask the question again.
No, I'm not going to ask the question. She answered it exactly like I thought she would answer. So people who do things and say things, they didn't dibbled in it before. They just excluded because they got wise at a particular point in their life. Every person has been through something or another person, especially with female. This female shit, y'all be lying. Yeah.
That's what you think. That's what you think. Listen, everybody lies. So let's not just put it on women. Everybody lies. You know what I'm saying? What you saying out your mouth right now could be a lie. Everybody lies.
Sometimes I feel like you need a translator.
Facts.
Okay.
Sometimes I feel like you need a translator, because one thing that has to be understood about what we're saying is this: if we simply want to fuck you, we simply want to fuck you, and that's what's going to go down.
Thank you.
We're not just giving it up because you said that's what you want to do and we really have different expectations. No, that's what you want to do and that's what we want to do. So cool. Yes. That's what it is.
Right.
What we're saying is
the question is though, why do men and women pursue relationships when they know they're not ready? So just having, say, a one night stand or fuck thing and stuff like that, that's not pursuing a relationship.
But sometimes you think that that's not what you want, and then the person
it's a different type of relationship.
It's a different type
to me.
But what?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
what's the clarity of that relationship?
That's how we got here.
Yeah,
you have that clarity piece. He was dead on with that. That's exactly how we got here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Both parties have to provide that clarity. Now, here's what happened a lot of times with women is that we'll say, oh, I don't want a relationship right now. I'm not ready for a relationship right now. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm happy single, but I do want to just date and go out and have fun and enjoy somebody else's company. And then that somebody else is great, right? That somebody else is attractive. They're not a bum ass nigga.
So just don't say that men lead women on, women can lead men on.
It can go both ways.
No, I don't think it never can go both ways.
No.
It can't. Yes, it absolutely positively can go both ways. But let me finish my thought process.
Yeah, go ahead. Go for it.
It can if you not like.
But when that
have that experience, if you're a man,
Sometimes
when that starts to happen, you need a translator. They understand perfectly what I'm saying.
Finish your thoughts.
But anyway,
yeah, we gonna wrap this up real quick too.
Right. But anyway, that's where the clarity comes in. When that begins to happen, when one party or the other begin to feel like the dynamic of what we originally came in under is beginning to change for me, I need to communicate that with you.
You need to have some clarity.
You need to have some clarity.
And I agree. And that's why I said that's where I used to fuck up.
Yeah.
But here's the deal, though. I'm gonna just say this.
The deal, though.
Wow.
The deal, though.
I personally feel as though that, and this is just my experience, I know everybody's is different. I feel like when the dynamics have changed, oftentimes I have run across a lot of women who have become very emotionally manipulative when it come to getting shit that they wanted in relationship. Let me just give you a quick example. I have dated that woman who said to me, "Hey, dig this, bro. I don't want a relationship with you, and if I give you this pussy, don't start tripping on me, you know what I'm saying, or turn into no stalker." Cool. We start messing around. She turned into the stalker first. Okay? Now listen to me. Now listen.
There you go.
Could happen.
Now listen.
That could happen.
So then let me tell you what she does. So then I bring clarity to the situation and I say, "Hey, remember what we said? Like, you know, I'm just enjoying you. I'm enjoying our time, enjoying your energy. Blah 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 blah." Okay, cool, Don. Next thing I know, a month or two later, I start hearing emotional manipulation in the form of, "Oh, I called you Thursday, you wasn't available. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, shit." She started alluding to
she fucking with somebody else.
There you go.
I know.
And listen, and so I ignored
But
it.
you shouldn't care.
Listen, I did, and listen. After I didn't care. Let me tell you what happened. When I showed that I didn't care, she upped it again. Okay. One time called me and played a motherfucking song. Y'all remember that? Y'all know that song? Yeah, she called me and played some song that alluded to, I'm pretty much gonna be fucking somebody else, right? So I ignored that too. Cause you hear, I didn't care. Yeah. Right? Finally she says to me, "Hey, you know what? I was just trying to get your attention."
Okay, let me ask you this. When she did it and you said like, "Oh, I didn't care," why didn't you have some clarity and just voice that?
I did.
Why didn't you say, "Listen, you don't even have to call me with all of that"?
I did.
Because I'm not interested.
No, listen to me.
He brought back up.
Hold on, let me bring some clarity to this.
Listen.
I was interested. I just wasn't interested in the games.
Yeah.
I wasn't interested in the emotional manipulation. I wasn't interested in you changing the rules. And because I wasn't on the same timeline, now you felt as though you need to handle me a certain kind of way in order to get what you wanted. And I'm just saying to you that oftentimes, I was talking to my daughter today and I was saying, listen to me, you're going to have times in life where, you know, relationships can have, you know, their own challenges in a way that everybody's on their own timeline. You get what I'm saying? But when you love and care about somebody, you're going to bring a certain amount and level of patience to whatever it is that y'all got going on. And I'm saying to you that most of the time, when the dynamics of the relationship changed from the person that I was seeing, that's when the bullshit started. And if I brought clarity to the conversation by saying, "Hey, I'm digging you, I fuck with you, I enjoy our time together, but not right now," all hell broke loose.
Yeah.
So I'm saying to you that, to me, oftentimes, the person who created the rules also was the first person to change the fucking rules and break them all in one. Yeah. And most of the time, it's the women. Guys can't do that shit all the time.
It happens.
I'm not saying that dudes don't, But I'm saying in my lifetime, the majority of the motherfuckers that did it was women.
Yeah.
Because we're emotional beings. So I can agree with you on that. That's why you see that it's the majority of the women.
Yeah.
So I don't disagree with you. I totally agree. But that right there lets me know whether or not I want to deal with that person anyway. And if that happens, thank you. I'm bowing out. Go ahead and do what you're gonna do. I'm leaving him. I'm done.
All right.
I had fun, you know.
So look, we gonna have to revisit this. You know what I'm saying?
We definitely could.
That was a great question. You know what I'm saying, Stacey?
Yikes.
So we definitely gonna get back to this one. All right.
All right, y'all enjoy.
We need to have Stacey on the show.
Right.
Yeah.
So we can revisit this topic.
Yeah.
She need to come on.
Bring that ass.
Oh shit.
It's coming. It goes where I go.
I know exactly where you are. You right. It goes exactly where you are.
You know what?
Yikes.
Thank you, Stacey.
Thank you, guys.
All right.
All right.
All right, y'all. So look, we're gonna get to the main topic real quick. You know what I'm saying? This is springing forward and falling back. The manipulation of God's time. All right. So what we just experienced, say just as yesterday, you know what I mean, is fast forwarding the fucking clock.
That's what got me up in here tired. That
Yeah, that too. So you know what I'm saying? First off, let me say this. Fuck daylight savings time. I'm gonna give y'all like a little history behind it. So back on March 19th, 1918, all right, as a World War I measure to conserve fuel by adding an hour to sunlight to the evening. This is what they call themselves doing, all right? So it says, while briefly used in World War II, it became the standardized nationwide with the Uniform Act of 1966. So the first time that they did it globally was actually in 1916 in Germany, all right? And this was April 30th, 1916, all right? Also to conserve fuel, per se. Now, when we grew up, when we was younger, you know, I don't know if y'all was taught the same thing, too, about, oh, it has a lot to do with farming to give you like an extra time and this, that, and other, and all this bullshit. But here's my question to y'all.
Ooh.
Well, let me just ask y'all this. What is y'all opinion about daylight savings time? And do y'all feel like, you know, man is manipulating God's time by doing so?
I don't think I don't believe that the white man is manipulating God's time. I believe he's just manipulating the time that we are given, period.
But do you believe, okay, so look, let me ask you this then. Do you believe that time is really a false construct?
It is.
Okay. All right. We there. All right.
It's definitely false.
Okay. What about you, sis? What you got?
Listen.
Oh shit.
Never mind.
Come on.
I don't agree with it. It fucks up our, excuse my language, we said we were trying to be, okay.
I said me, not you.
I was going to say, I'm not in that. I'm cussing like a motherfucker. Go ahead.
The energy, our sleep schedule, you mess with your sleep schedule, now you're messing with your cognitive abilities, you're putting more stress on your body, anxiety. And I don't know about y'all, but for me, I think because this is something that happens every year, my offness kind of started just before Sunday.
Yeah.
Like, it was just
you can tell like the weather starting to change a little bit, and then, you know, just last week, like it was, you know, like one day, I think it was real early, normally it's been dark, right? And then all of a sudden now, shit, that same time, sunlight is out early as hell. It's like, what the fuck? Yeah,
except for today.
You can tell
except for today. Sunlight came out at 8 p.m. 8 a.m.
Yeah.
Yesterday it was 7 a.m.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So what the hell?
So
is, you know what I mean?
So I don't agree with the fact that we're gonna steal an hour from you here and give it back to you there. That's just not the way our bodies were designed.
Absolutely. Yeah.
to move. Now you gotta. So I was reading up on this, and they said you have to start adjusting your sleep schedule in 15-minute increments leading up to daylight saving times.
That's crazy.
Just to keep yourself on track for when the time changes. Who is
on a circadian rhythm?
Yeah, to have your circadian rhythm stay in line with the time and the hours. And it's just like, why do we have to do all that? Like, why can't the day just be for us the same as it was when the sun rise? That's when we supposed to get up and do the things that we supposed to do and be productive. Yeah. When the sun set, that's when we supposed to be winding down. And like, why can't we just have it that way?
I mean, because I will say this, like it's definitely getting you out of being connected to the divine and nature. Yeah. I truly believe that. I mean, because just as simple as asking a question, do a dog know today is fucking Monday?
Of course not.
You see what I'm saying? Like, do a cow know? Okay, it's fucking 10 o'clock at night. Like, you know what I mean? I'm just saying, like, and if you look
but they do go by energy
and stuff like that, or whatever. Like back in ancient times and stuff like that, or shit, just tribes now. You know what I mean? They are relatable with, say, you know what I'm saying, animals and say in nature and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
But the number one key thing in life that we ever going to encounter is to control, not own nothing, but control everything. Yeah. And that's what white folks do.
Yeah, I mean, hey, it could be white folks, black folks, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? At this point in time,
tell
whatever,
the truth with the truth, man.
With
tell the truth with the truth. White folks control everything that we do. Just tell the truth. See, we can't tell the truth when it's hard to talk about anything.
I can't say that a white person is controlling everything I do.
Hey, listen up.
Here's
here's the lesson that I just learned right here on this show in this episode about 3 minutes ago.
What's that?
Sometimes the things that he say don't require a response.
Absolutely. You said sometimes
because I feel like what happens is we end up in this back and forth conversation and we don't even be in the same conversation.
So y'all don't think white folks control everything?
No.
Okay.
I don't
know.
No, I'm just gonna say okay.
Believe it or not, I still believe that God has control. So
of course God has control, but white folks control what we do.
So
you just said the time.
So he said, of course God has control. Mm-hmm. So which brings me to, because this was my topic, which brings me to the wording of the topic.
Yeah.
God's time.
Yeah.
Because it's you said it's not his time.
That's what God never set time. The only reason why we going off of time is what Europeans made.
Well, here go one for y'all. I just want to kind of
God never said, know what?
So
it's 1 o'clock.
No, but he said the sun rose.
Yeah.
He never said the time. He never said a time.
He said the sun rose and the sun set, and that was a day, which is literally the same thing that I said in terms of how I feel we should operate on his time, is to follow that same construct of when the sun rises and when the sun
I want to say something interesting because I want to say I can understand everybody's perspective at the table right now, but you guys just made me think about something. Like, I was reading something not too long ago that spoke about, this whole thing with the circadian rhythm of a person's body and how our eating habits have gotten off track because we're not following, nature, how God created things. And one of the things that they talked about was that most people ate around sunset. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And they kept their body on that thing, you know what I'm saying? Which is how we got supper. People used to eat dinner around 5 to 6 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? Now we 9, 10. It's been nice. I get up out this mug. It's 11 o'clock. I'm pulling up at Sweetwater or whatever. But anyway, I just say that to say that I can understand the perspective, but I think you hit it on the head there are a few different things that are going on within the construct of this conversation. One, from a spiritual aspect, we talking about one thing, but I can also understand from an earthly aspect, and from a what man has created aspect in terms of what Miles is saying to the bringing to the table. Because I always talk about that when it, for my birthday. Yeah, I'm like, yo, an octagon has 8 shapes. Why is the month of October the 10th month instead of the 8th?
September is 7 and not 9.
You get what I'm saying? So when I think about those things, I can understand your perspective, Miles, when you say in terms of how different men who have been in power have changed things. Yeah. But I also understand what you're saying, because the subject of this is God's timing. And when we start talking about God's timing, I think about Mother Nature. I think about a season of harvest, a season of planting, a season of all of these things. Different than say
spring and then fall and stuff like that.
All of that. Yeah. But I do definitely see how man have manipulated, as you said, the time that we're given, within that allotted time, the sun, whether however you want to look at it, whether the sun is rising or setting or the moon, whatever, how men have manipulated or decided to insert themselves in how we should see the time. Per se. And I think that definitely that if you really paying attention, man, it, I don't know, it's something to be curious about. I know me personally, because we had to change that time. Did I feel it in my body a certain kind of way? Hell yeah, shit got me tied in the mud for whatever reason. But who knows? Go for it.
So look, I'm gonna kind of like tie this in with something that's currently going on right now.
Bring it home, brother.
When it comes to say religious people right now, what we actually are witnessing, that what's going on right now in the world, is the manipulation of God's time as we speak, far as the quote unquote jujus, you know what I'm saying, are invoking, say, this Masonic age that they're trying to do, right? Okay, if you know anything about, say, a sector of, say, of Jews or whatever, the Frankens, the Franks, Jacob Frank, okay? So Jacob Frank is he was born 1726 to 1791. He actually was a Jew who declared himself the Messiah, right? And a lot of people actually have followed him, right? And his teachings or whatever is of that sector of inversion, okay? So what we have, what's going on right now, inversion is everything to bring about the Messiah to do opposite, as far as like lying, killing, rituals, all the stuff that we see that's going on, that's quote unquote even in the Epstein files, right? That's why you see, say, Iran is calling this war or whatever, say, the Epstein war, stuff like that. So just let me give you an example. So they believe that as much pretty much satanic stuff that they can do, they can induce, right, the Messiah to come back, right? So they're trying to manipulate the time for the Messiah to come back. And a lot of people or whatever is actually tapped into it, you know what I mean? And if you start listening to even some of the Israeli soldiers, that's what they talking about, of building, say, that third temple and stuff like that for the Messiah to return and everything like that. So it's almost like it's not organically that they trying to do this thing. You know what I mean? They actually are trying to force something to happen for, say, the Messiah to come back. Yeah. So when we start talking about, you know what I mean, manipulating God's time, this is what they trying to do. They trying to actually like invoke, say, prophecy. You know.
I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah. But what do y'all feel about that? I mean, even it goes back into, like, say, okay, if you look at, say, what just happened, right? Say the war, whatever, started on the 28th. That same day, say that the girls' school in Iran or whatever, that wasn't even close to where they were supposed to be bombing, got bombed, right? So if you know anything about, say, 2 weeks prior to that, say, Iran have actually, they was burning, say, statues of this satanic deity called Baal. 2 weeks later, not even 2 weeks later, whatever, then that's when, say, Israel and the United States did a ritual really by killing these young girls that was from the age of 7 to 12. So it's almost like I said, it's a ritual, it's prophecy, it's God is manipulating God's time and everything. What do y'all feel about that? I mean, do y'all, have y'all been kind of like following anything like this to the religious aspect of man, of what we talking about?
I think it's just my natural way of thinking. When this topic came up, that was my immediate go-to, is that we're trying to control and manipulate the thing that he set in place to naturally work with our body and our mental and our emotional and our spiritual and disrupt it. Yeah. So it's all about, like you say, it's all about chaos. It's the chaos, that disruption. I read something that said there are more cardiac events reported in the days following daylight savings change. Yep. Like this one specifically, that spring forward. Yeah, because it's definitely getting you out of your, nature. You know what I'm saying? And I believe a lot of this stuff, like when we was talking about, say, when people are putting more of an effort and they sacrificing their time to work a job and stuff like that, and not getting to God's purpose. Yeah. To be honest with you, I truly believe that was part of the plan anyway, to get you, say, away from, say, God. Like if you working 10, 12 hours a day, right? You got to come home, eat, you got to do all these other things. You don't have any time to say, even if you say, okay, you really don't have that much time to say, worship God. And that's against, like, if you're a religious person, that's not what this shit is about. You know what I mean? But it plays into everything, right? Because we're working, we're grinding, we want the overtime so that we can make the money. Now you're not at home with your kids.
There you go.
Now you're not spending time with your spouse. Now your spouse got time to be entertained by somebody else. You know what I mean? It's just so much that goes into
the distracting,
the distraction, the control of time, this thing that's projected about what success looks like. You got to be the first one in the office and the last one to leave the office. Like to me, it all ties in, and this is just another way to disrupt.
Yeah, on a spiritual aspect, Dr. Ruckus, what you think?
It's the white man did it.
The white man did it.
I mean, if you look at
damn crackers.
But when you think about the time of the work. That was created by
Sorry, I'm sleepy.
That was created by Henry Ford.
Yeah.
The 40-hour work
week. The 40-hour work week, yeah.
So, we didn't do it. Then we became the workers. On their time. When they come down to all these plants, when they time to retool, y'all fired for 2 weeks.
Yeah, shut down and everything.
Shut down.
Yeah.
We don't call that.
Yeah.
Y'all come back. You know what I mean? Somebody fucked up a retooling. Y'all off 2 more weeks.
Yeah.
And then they still getting their tax part of their business at 40 hours. 40 hours a week.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, we ain't in control of none of that.
Okay. What about you, brother?
Oh, hold on.
No, that's crazy.
What about you, brother? What you got?
I don't have too much to say about it. This has been definitely something to kind of contemplate in terms of the time. I will say this though. I take that back. I do have something to say. While we were talking about time, I was thinking how in the Chinese zodiac they're saying that this is a fire horse year.
Fire horse year, yep.
And how
that entails
the element of fire added to an already unpredictable animal that can move very fast and chaotic at times.
And powerful.
All right. Has it brings to a person's attention, like if you kind of really understand or study that, like, this year could really go a certain way if you learn how to slow down your time.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I feel like just from a personal standpoint, when I think about God's time, I think about my time. I think that there are times in my life where I've rushed things, and there are times in my life where I needed to be patient with things. There are times in my life where I felt as though time wasn't moving fast enough. And there was also times in my life where I felt like shit was moving too fast. I say all that to say that now I'm just now getting to the point in my life where I have been able to work things and manipulate things on my time. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, you know, I guess I would say that to anybody out there, like this year, like learn to what they say back in the day, carpe diem, learn to seize the day.
The day. Yeah.
And I think when you seize the day, you know, that really takes a lot of discipline, it takes a lot of commitment, it takes a lot of intention. Because I've noticed that sometimes people who are people pleasers, they try to get everything done in one day.
Yeah.
Then you got some people who don't get not enough shit done. And so I feel like when we start talking about time, there's a fine balance that one must, you know what I'm saying, really put on themselves. Like, yo, like, there's just certain shit today I may not be able to get done, and there's a certain time that maybe I need to shut my shit down. There's a certain time that maybe I need to, you know what I'm saying, if I can help it, not be eating because I know my body's gonna shut down. Why? Because my body is synced up to this stuff. So there's a lot that goes on with this shit.
It's very layered.
Yeah, with this conversation. Like, and I do think it's a very interesting topic because when we look at the negative effects of not understanding God's time, not understanding this whole circadian rhythm stuff, I see the effects of it on women's hormones. A lot of women just, you know, they overwork, they have a lot of stress, and when a woman is stressed and she project that shit on to whoever her partner is, that's a motherfucker.
But it's the same with men, you know what I mean? At certain times, you know what I mean, where people start feeling extra aggressive. Or, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Or depressive, you know what I mean? Or depressed and stuff like that or whatever, you know, when time is changed and stuff like that, like I said, you can tell, like, on how you feel. You feel a little bit more sluggish, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Sometimes, you know, you feel like, damn, you know, I can't sleep, you know what I mean? Or whatever, just in general, you feel like you got, you know, like you just, like your mind is kind of like constantly moving.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And not catching up to what your body needs to be doing, you know what I mean? And resting and stuff like that. So, yeah.
I feel like we could do a spin-off from this as well. Because there's seasons, right, that everybody goes through, but maybe we go through it at a different time, right? Like the,
men and women.
Like seasons of lamenting, right? Like we all have a lamenting season. But it might, like...
I don't know what that word means.
So lamenting is like, for me, it's like October, November, December. A little bit going into January, where I just am really in tuned to sorrowful feelings. Like, does that make sense?
Yeah.
So
it's like you have your season to where you kind of know that you gonna kind of
fall
like
back a little bit.
And that's like I get quiet, I protect my peace so that I can focus on getting
a little bit
that
more
out in a healthy way. A little bit more.
Neek who from High Frequency Teas talks about this often. She says that women within their 28-day cycle have 4 different phases. Men, we really go through the 7 days a week cycle because our testosterone is connected to the amount of times we're moving our body and the way that we work and all of those things. We talked about it before on the show. A man's testosterone rises when he chops wood. That's from actually doing work, a certain kind of work. Women bodies don't operate the same way ours do. Y'all estrogen and all other stuff don't rise when y'all just working. So I suggest to anybody, she taps into this, again, it's High Frequency Teas, or her name is Neek, but she really taps into how men and women, we're on 2 different timelines. And within that 28-day cycle, there are 4 different phases that a woman goes through. I was just looking at this a couple weeks ago. And as far as men, we go through kind of a daily thing where our testosterone it rises and falls according to what we're doing daily, the amount of rest we get, and the amount of work that we doing. Because if you a motherfucker that ain't doing no work, that's gonna fuck with your levels. You get what I'm saying? Just like a woman, if you overworking and doing too much, that's gonna mess with y'all within that 28-day cycle. So definitely interesting.
Again, part 2, because 28 days.
Yeah, that's a cycle for y'all. We not on that cycle.
No.
Some dudes be trying to fuck through the blood, but
if we went by well,
you nasty motherfucker.
28 days.
I'm just saying.
Pin the 28-day cycle because it actually doesn't just apply to women. It actually is a calendar thing as well. So pin it, because I know we got to wrap it up. We running over. We'll come back to that.
I'm with all that. Now, don't get me started on that.
We out here on a deer.
No. Listen, you right about that. I learned a long time ago the Native Americans they used that 28 days and they used that. It was 13 shells on the turtle back, and they used them 28 days to mark off. That's how they kept track of time. But I like that.
All right, y'all. All right. And look, on the way on out the door, y'all got anything else to say before I say the quote of the night and then we out of here?
Take it away, bro.
All right, y'all. So look, I'm gonna leave y'all with the quote of the night tonight. It's by Machiavelli, which is Tupac. Actually, it's from his song "Blasphemy." All right, I'm just gonna say a few words to this line. It goes like this: we probably in hell already. Our dumb asses not knowing. Everybody kissing ass to going to heaven ain't going. I put my soul on it. I'm fighting devil niggas daily. Plus the media be crucifying brothers severely. All right.
Okay.
But it's a little bit longer than that. You know what I'm saying? But I just want to go ahead and leave y'all with that. Blasphemy, you know what I'm saying? And like you said, we probably in hell already, y'all. We just don't even fucking know it. But on that note, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm glad y'all tuned in. Shout out to everybody in the chat. We got Lauren from Detroit City Deals in the building. We had Ballin'. Detroit City Deals in the building.
That sound bold.
I know. You
talking about somebody bold.
Ballin' with Rich in the building, you know what I'm saying? And of course, we had Talking Ish with my boys in the building. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to them. Hey, y'all make sure y'all tune with them on Podcastic weekly, y'all. You know what I'm saying? We be coming through on this network, you know what I'm saying? So look, we'll catch y'all next week, episode 139. Flex it on out. What? Peace, y'all. You know, we out.
Yeah. Big flex on the set, you know we gotta rep. Heavy talk on that mic, all we do is press. John Q, that's coach, got him upset. G.A.M.G, muscle gang, we up next. Big Flex Podcast live on Monday night with John Q, Latoya, Deshaun, and Don Snipes. You can catch Snipes on the pod or the big screen or get tea time with Toya if you want the tea. Talk about the strong end on your weekday. Tap in with Muscle Gang, you never have a weekday. Big Flex Podcast, 9 p.m. Monday. Pull us up on YouTube if you want that replay. Big Flex Podcast, 9 p.m. Monday. Pull us up on YouTube if you want that replay. It's the Big Flex Podcast, Mondays, 9 at night. It's the Big Flex Podcast.